As the last remnants of fairy lights faded into the forest, Marcus turned to Lily, his gaze lingering on her with a newfound admiration and tenderness. The night was quiet, the stars above casting a soft glow on the clearing where they stood, victorious yet humbled by the battle they had just faced together. Lily, still catching her breath, felt the warmth of Marcus's hand as he reached for hers. She looked up, meeting his eyes, and saw something in them she hadn't seen before, a depth of love and certainty that took her by surprise. Marcus took a step closer, gently cupping her face in his hands. "Lily," he began, his voice steady yet filled with emotion, "I've known, for as long as I've walked this journey with you, that you're the one person I want by my side, in every moment, through every challenge, and every joy." Lily's eyes softened, her heart pounding as she felt the weight of his words. "This magic we've shared, the lives we've touched, and the battles we've fought, they've only strengthened what I already knew deep down. You're my light, my hope, my everything." He paused, taking a deep breath, and then slowly dropped down on one knee, never letting go of her hand. Lily's breath caught as she realized what was happening. The forest around them felt alive, as if it were bearing witness to this beautiful, unexpected moment. "Lily," Marcus said, his voice a tender whisper, "will you marry me? Will you stand by my side, not just for this journey, but for every journey that lies ahead?" Tears filled Lily's eyes, but they were tears of joy, of a love that had been built through every step they had taken together. She could barely find her voice, but her heart spoke for her as she whispered, "Yes, Marcus. Yes, 1,000 times, yes." With a radiant smile, Marcus slipped a small, simple ring onto her finger, its band glinting in the moonlight, a gift he'd carried with him, waiting for the perfect moment. They stood there, wrapped in each other's arms, feeling as though the entire world had faded away, leaving only them and the love they had vowed to share forever. As they held each other under the starlit sky, the forest around them seemed to hum with joy, and a faint shimmer of fairy light danced through the trees, as if even the fairies themselves were celebrating the union of two hearts that had found their way to one another, bound by courage, love, and the magic that would guide them for all their days to come. The day of Marcus and Lily's wedding dawned with a golden light, casting a warm glow over the open field that had been transformed into a scene straight from a dream. Delicate wildflowers lined the path leading to an arch made of intertwined branches and adorned with soft, pastel blooms. Silk ribbons fluttered in the breeze, and lanterns hung from poles, waiting for the evening to cast their glow across the celebration. Guests from all corners of the villages they had visited began to arrive, each one carrying memories of the kindness and hope Marcus and Lily had brought into their lives. There was Marjorie, the elderly woman whose heart Lily had helped heal, the village children who had once followed them, wide-eyed with wonder, and families who had been touched by the couple's warmth and courage. Each person seated held their own story of how Marcus and Lily had brought a spark of magic into their lives. But it wasn't just the people in attendance. In the trees surrounding the clearing, tiny lights flickered, almost invisible in the daylight yet unmistakable to those who knew to look. The fairies were there, watching over the celebration with the same quiet reverence they had shown in their enchanted forest. They flitted through the branches, casting a gentle sparkle over the guests, who seemed unaware of the delicate magic dancing just above them. As the ceremony began, Marcus stood at the end of the aisle, his gaze fixed on the path where Lily would soon appear. His face was filled with a mixture of joy and awe, as though he could hardly believe that this moment had finally come. His heart raced as he saw her appear, her gown flowing like water, adorned with delicate lace that looked almost as if it had been spun by fairies themselves. Her hair was woven with small, wild flowers, and her smile radiated a warmth that seemed to touch every heart in attendance. As Lily walked toward him, she caught sight of the fairies shimmering in the trees. Their light sparkled in her eyes, filling her with a quiet joy that made her feel as though she were both in this world and the fairies' world at once. When Lily reached Marcus, they stood together beneath the arch, their hands clasped tightly, their faces lit with the love that had been strengthened through every trial, every journey they had undertaken together. The officiant, a wise elder from the village, smiled warmly at them. "Today," he began, "we gather not just to witness the joining of two hearts, but to celebrate a love that has brought light and healing to all who are here." He gestured to the guests, who smiled with joy and gratitude, their faces filled with the memories of the kindness and courage Marcus and Lily had shown them. At that moment, a soft melody filled the air, gentle and ethereal. The fairies had begun to hum, their voices blending in a harmony that seemed to drift on the breeze. The guests looked around in wonder, sensing the magic but unable to see its source. Lily and Marcus, however, knew exactly what it was. They exchanged a knowing smile, their hearts swelling with gratitude for the fairies who had blessed their journey from the beginning. As they exchanged their vows, the fairies' song grew softer, as if listening in reverent silence. Marcus spoke first, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "Lily, from the moment we stepped into the forest together, I knew my life would never be the same. You are my light, my strength, my heart. I vow to walk beside you, to face every challenge with you, and to cherish the love we have found together." Lily's eyes glistened with tears as she responded. "Marcus, you have been my steadfast companion, my courage, and my hope. Through every journey, you have been there, believing in me even when I doubted myself. I vow to stand with you, to support you, and to share the magic we have found for as long as we both live." As they slipped rings onto each other's fingers, a gentle breeze stirred, and the fairies released a shower of sparkling dust that floated down, illuminating the scene in a warm, golden glow. The guests gasped in awe as the shimmer cascaded over the couple, who now seemed to be part of something otherworldly, their love blessed by the magic of the fairies. With a smile, the officiant announced, "I now pronounce you husband and wife. May your love be as endless as the magic that surrounds us today." Cheers erupted from the guests, who stood and clapped, their joy filling the air. Marcus and Lily shared a kiss under the arch, their hearts full and their souls connected in a way that was both deeply human and touched by magic. The celebration that followed was a blend of rustic charm and enchanting wonder. Tables were set with wildflowers and lanterns, and guests danced on the grass as the fairies' lights twinkled above them like stars. People laughed and shared stories, their faces bright with the joy that Marcus and Lily had kindled within them. As the sun began to set, Marcus led Lily out to the center of the field for their first dance as husband and wife. The fairies gathered above them, creating a soft, glowing canopy that moved with them as they danced. Their friends and family looked on, some wiping away tears, others simply watching in silent reverence. When the song ended, Marcus held Lily close, whispering, "I couldn't have imagined a more perfect day, or a more perfect person to spend my life with." Lily smiled, her eyes shining. "Nor could I. And with you, I know that every day will be filled with as much love as this one." They stayed like that, wrapped in each other's arms, while the fairies' glow surrounded them. And as the stars rose to take their place in the night sky, the celebration continued, with laughter, dancing, and the magic of a love that had touched hearts far and wide. That night, as the last of the guests drifted away and the fairies returned to their hidden forest, Marcus and Lily sat together under the stars, knowing that their journey was only beginning. They had found a love that was as pure and enduring as the magic itself, a love that would carry them forward, hand in hand, through all the adventures yet to come. As the seasons changed, the forest and village seemed to hold a new, quiet excitement for Marcus and Lily. After months of joyful news, whispers had traveled from friend to friend and tree to tree. Lily was expecting a child. The knowledge settled in the hearts of the villagers and fairies alike, filling them with a sense of wonder and anticipation. One warm afternoon, as the summer sun filtered softly through the windows of their cottage, Lily rested in a cushioned chair by the window. Her belly had grown round, a visible reminder of the love and life she shared with Marcus, who had gone to a neighboring village to help with the gathering. Her grandmother, the same woman Lily had once healed with the fairy's blessing, sat beside her, gently massaging her legs and shoulders. "Oh, little one," her grandmother chuckled softly, her hands warm and familiar as they moved in soothing circles. "You've given me so much joy. To think, I would live to see the day when my dear Lily carries her own child." Lily smiled, her hand resting on her belly. "It feels like a blessing beyond anything I could have imagined, Grandma. I feel them moving inside me, almost as if they already know they are loved." Her grandmother looked at her knowingly, her eyes crinkling with warmth. "You carry more than just children, my dear. You carry a legacy of love, of magic, and of all the hope you've shared with others." Just then, a soft, glimmering light flickered outside the window. The fairies had come, hovering near, watching over Lily as protectively as if she were their own. They had been there all along, guarding and guiding her through the quiet moments of pregnancy, offering her the comfort of their presence even when Marcus was away. She felt their warmth surrounding her, a silent promise that they would always be near. The day finally arrived on a crisp autumn morning, when the forest was alive with vibrant leaves and the air was tinged with the scent of earth and life. Lily felt the first pangs and knew it was time. With her grandmother by her side, she prepared for the arrival of her children, her heart racing with both excitement and a little fear. Marcus, returning just in time, held her hand, his eyes wide with awe and love. "I'm here, Lily. I'm right here with you," he whispered, pressing a kiss to her forehead. The labor was intense, yet Lily felt surrounded by love and light, as though the very forest itself was with her, offering strength. The fairies gathered around their home, their wings shimmering with anticipation, humming a song that was soft yet filled with vibrant energy, weaving magic and protection into the air. After hours of labor, Lily gave one final push, and a baby's cry filled the room, a tiny, beautiful boy, with a tuft of dark hair and a gentle, curious face. Moments later, another cry joined the first, as a baby girl was born, her eyes bright and full of wonder. Marcus and Lily held their twins, tears streaming down their faces, as they gazed in awe at the miracle they had created together. The fairies outside erupted in jubilation, their lights flaring like fireworks as they danced in the air, celebrating the arrival of the twins with pure joy. Their melody rose, filling the village with an otherworldly music that resonated in the hearts of all who heard it. The villagers, sensing the magic, gathered near the cottage, joining in the celebration, each person touched by the wonder of new life. Lily cradled her children, looking up at Marcus with a smile that held all the love and gratitude in the world. "A boy and a girl," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "Our own little miracles." Marcus leaned in, his arms wrapped around his family, his voice gentle and reverent. "They are perfect, Lily. Just like you." As the days passed, life settled into a beautiful, rhythmic harmony. The fairies often visited, playing gentle tunes and leaving small, glimmering gifts at the windowsill for the twins. The children, blessed with their parents' love and the magic of the fairies, grew quickly, their laughter filling the cottage with a brightness that seemed to light up even the grayest days. The villagers adored the twins, treating them as their own, bringing small trinkets and handmade toys, sharing stories and songs. Each person who visited felt a spark of hope, as if the joy of this little family renewed their own faith in life and love. Years passed, and Marcus and Lily raised their children with kindness, teaching them about the world and the magic that lived within it. The twins grew to be curious, bright-eyed, and full of wonder. They loved to wander the forest trails, where the fairies would sometimes reveal themselves, whispering stories and sharing secrets only children could understand. Through every season, the fairies stayed near, their loyalty unwavering. They celebrated each of the twins' birthdays with bursts of sparkling light, danced in the moonlight on Lily and Marcus's anniversary, and remained a constant presence, reminding the family that they were never alone. As time went on, Lily and Marcus grew older, but their love only deepened. They had lived a life full of purpose and shared joy, their journey a testament to the power of love and the quiet magic that resided in every heart that dared to believe. They sat together many evenings, watching their children, who had now grown into kind, courageous young adults, shaped by the warmth and strength their parents had shown them. On one such evening, as the family gathered outside under a sky full of stars, the fairies appeared once more, surrounding them in a circle of gentle light. Lily and Marcus looked at each other, their hearts full, knowing that they had lived their lives as fully as they could, spreading love and magic wherever they went. And so, they lived happily ever after, their story etched in the hearts of all who knew them, their legacy carried on by their children and the fairies who had been by their side from the beginning. As the years passed, tales of Marcus and Lily's kindness, their bravery, and the magic they had shared would become legend, a story whispered to children by the fireside, a reminder that love and hope were the greatest magic of all.